Am I the a-hole for refusing to kick my little brother out of my place at my girlfriend's request so she would feel better about moving in with me? Original post. I, 22 male, have been taking care of my little brother, 17 male, for just over 2 years since our dad died. Our mom passed a few years before that. Both had very bad health. He lives with me and goes to the local high school near my apartment. He had to switch schools to the one close to where I live because my parents were in a different area. He works whenever he's not in school. He works 2 part-time jobs during the school year and full-time during the summer because even though I took him in, he has a lot of expenses. I just can't afford to cover it all, and he wants to save up for the coming years. He shouldn't be in this position at all, but that's life. He is so young. Life has been very unfair to him, and he is a really good kid. I have been dating my girlfriend for just over a year. She wants to move in and not contribute to household expenses. She says I shouldn't charge her rent because she's not a tenant and I'm not a landlord. We're boyfriend and girlfriend, and I should be happy she wants to move in with me. And I guess not contribute anything because she sees it as me charging her rent? She also wants me to tell my brother to leave so we can have the space to ourselves and she can have more room. She has referred to him as a freeloader, even though he's just a kid, and I got myself declared his legal guardian. I told her no way. I think I should break up with her just for suggesting this, but I don't know if I should go that far or if I should try to get her to see where I'm coming from. Now for the top comments before reading the update. Let me see if I understand this. Your minor orphaned brother lives with you and works his butt off to pay as much of his own way as he can. Your girlfriend wants you to kick him out and let her move in for free so you can support her. Then she calls him the freeloader? Really? No, you're not the a-hole, but I suspect she's a homosexual hypocrite. He's your bro, underage, and he's hustling to pay his way. You also said you're the legal guardian, so you'd be an a-hole turfing him out now. Girl is wanting to play home on your dime. Do you really see a future with this girl? I think I should break up with her over just suggesting this. You absolutely should. Go back and read what you typed out. Read it several times. See how much of a jealous, hypocritical, gold-digging POS your girlfriend is. If you stay with this woman, and more importantly do as she asks, then you are just a massive POS as well. As a woman, ditch her. She literally thinks her living in your house is a blessing on you, and she has no need to contribute. While calling your brother a freeloader, she's trash. Also, a woman and your girlfriend is not worth spit. Your brother is working his butt off and is probably scared to death he could end up homeless. Just go no contact with her. She'll get the message. That poor kid would be traumatized for life if OP kicked him out. Abandonment issues incoming. Please, OP, don't do that to your brother. He needs love and support right now. Agreed with just ghosting her. But also think making it blatantly clear why would be justified. She needs to know what she's asking is freaking outrageous. Now for the update. I decided to end the relationship permanently. I never ever considered throwing my little brother out. Not even for a moment. Truly, not even in my mind did I ponder or consider the idea. That was always out of the question. The real question was whether I should break up with my girlfriend over even suggesting it, or just try to get her to see reason and say no. But I decided I don't even want to continue being her boyfriend because the way she thinks is very disturbing, and I don't like her character. I called her up this morning and told her this. I was very polite and kept the conversation moving. I was not going to get sucked into a drama fest. She has some of her stuff at my place. I told her my brother and I will ship it over to her parents' house, where she currently stays, when we have the time. We could use it, destroy it, or even sell it if we didn't have morals like her. But our parents raised us better than that. It genuinely belongs to her. You made the right decision. You are a good man. Your parents would have been very proud of both you and your brother. You did the right thing. You protected your little brother. You are a good person, and so is your brother. Life has been quite cruel and unfair to you while you are still so young, yet you don't whine nor complain, but instead you face life and adversity with a lot of courage and maturity. Your parents raised you well, and from where they are, I'm sure they are very proud of you. I'm sending to you and your brother virtual hugs, OP, and I wish you both all the best. Next story. Am I the a-hole for refusing to hang out with my boyfriend's family after finding out what they really think of me? I'm 25 female, my boyfriend is 26, and we've been together for just over a year and live together. Things are usually pretty good with us, but his family is next level rich, with vacation homes and a fancy estate and all that. I come from a totally different world. My parents are working class, I went to public school, and I worked through college. I never thought it was a big deal until I started hanging out with his family. They're nice enough to my face, but I always feel kind of out of place. There are these little comments, like his mom asking if I had ever been out of the country before him, or his aunt wondering if their lifestyle overwhelms me. Recently, I found out that his mom was talking to relatives about how I'm not the kind of girl they imagined for him. She thinks I'm after comfort or something, and is watching me like a hawk in case I'm going to push to settle down too fast. I was really hurt. I've never asked for anything from him or his family. Sure, I live at his place, but I cover my own stuff, and I'm not dropping hints about marriage or their money. I told my boyfriend, and he said his mom is always on guard because she doesn't trust people's intentions with him. He also said he's trying to keep things chill with his family because he's scared of getting disowned, like his parents control all the money. Plus, he doesn't trust his siblings, who he thinks would totally use me skipping family stuff to make him look bad and score points with their parents. Now I just don't want to go to their family events. I'm tired of pretending everything's fine while they think I'm some gold digger. My boyfriend says I'm making too big a deal out of it, and that avoiding them could cause drama, especially if his siblings spin it against him. He's begging me to just suck it up and go to keep things peaceful. You're in the worst place. If you do pull out of family functions, you're basically affirming his mother's opinion of you. If you go, you're there knowing that they're judging your every move. Personally, I'd limit contact but still attend important things. I'd also be talking to your boyfriend about stepping up with his family and shutting that nonsense down. He's not going to do it because he said to her that they control the money. He's more concerned about what he's going to get in the future than what she's going through with his family. Yeah, and the reality is, he would likely just lose it. My family isn't rich by any means, but I was the guy in this type of scenario, and when I shut it down, it just ruined my relationship with my parents. We still talk, and sometimes I visit home, but it's totally ruined. I don't believe it goes well for the dude to shut it down. I'd do it 100 times over for my amazing wife, though. Do you see this relationship as long-term? If so, can you imagine dealing with these people at every holiday and life event, judging you? Or would you feel okay asking your boyfriend to cut them off? Would he cut them off? What does this look like with kids? And if you have a big problem with how your kids are being treated, what are you going to do to protect them? They have all of the resources. You have none. That saying, when you marry someone, you marry their family. People should take it more seriously. The people your partner is surrounded by are a big part of your relationship. And it doesn't seem like your boyfriend pushes back at all. He lets them and the lifestyle control him, so the family and lifestyle are going to be part of the relationship. Do you want that? It's better to get out early before it can hurt. It's sad, because the boyfriend doesn't even seem to have a great relationship with his family. It's all about the money with them. The fact that he expects his siblings to use OP not going to family events as leverage against him with their parents makes them sound like rivals who aren't close at all, and mom assuming women who date her son are just after the family money, which comes with the underlying assumption that women couldn't like her son just for himself. This family is like the Hunger Games competing for their parents' wealth. OP, this is tricky. Be true to yourself, but be careful too. This family sounds like a nest of vipers, and your boyfriend very much wants to stay in the game. He seems more concerned about staying in the will than in having your back, or even actually caring about his family. If this guy is really all about the money, do your values really align? Is this a family you'd want to marry into someday, with your boyfriend always pressuring you to stay in line so he gets that precious green someday? He lets his parents control him with their money, and the implied threat they could take it away. Ick. Good luck, and may the odds be ever in your favor. Next story. Am I the a-hole for letting my kids continue to see and receive presents from their father's parents? My children's father, George, had a big falling out with his parents. Because they refused to treat his stepdaughter Janie, she was also recently adopted by him, like one of their grandchildren. So George banned them from seeing our kids and told them he would throw out any gifts they sent unless they sent one for Janie. Even though they are my ex-in-laws, I have a very good relationship with them. My kids also have a very good relationship with them, as they have been very involved in their lives. One or both of them will usually pick them up after school, and now since it's summer after camp and they will spend the afternoons at their house or go out to the movies or something, I have opted to continue with this arrangement because I know my kids really enjoy spending time with them. I have also been letting them keep gifts from their grandparents. George is not happy about it. He feels like I should not be overriding his parenting choices when it comes to his parents, and he should have the final decision concerning them. Since Janie goes to the same camp, she sees them pick up our kids. George says it makes her feel bad to be left out and thinks I am basically encouraging his parents to exclude Janie. This is a double-edged sword. I can see X's point of view, but when kids are under your custody time, it is your house, your rules. I bet OP would sing a different tune if she adopted a child and they were treated this way. She's within her rights, but it's pretty telling that she sees no problem with their behavior. I just want to clear this up. You are not married to George. Also, can I ask, why does his parents treat Janie the way they do? Was something done to make them be that way? I don't agree letting your kids suffer from not having a relationship with their grandparents, so George is wrong in that aspect. I think they just have never approved of his new wife. She can be a lot, and they go together pretty fast, and it hasn't been the most stable thing. All that being true, it is cruel to take it out on a child who had no part in the matchup. Last story. Am I the a-hole for telling my mom to stop feeding the same people who purposely exclude us from dinner? Let me start by saying, I know I wasn't wrong, but I might have been a little too honest. So, for context, my mom, 39 female, little brother, 7 male, and I, 17 female, moved into our extended family's home a while ago. Ever since we got there, it's been like we're the invisible roommates. No one talks to us unless they need something, and we're never really included in anything, especially when it comes to food. Before my mom got a job, she was basically the unpaid house nanny / caregiver / chef. I'm talking cooking daily for 6 kids, ages 1, 4, 7, 10, 11, and yes, another 7 male, plus my grandmother who has dementia. She never complained. She just stepped up because no one else would. It was her way of contributing, since she wasn't paying bills. Well, fast forward. My mom got a job and now comes home exhausted. Since then, my cousin, the self-appointed new chef, took over cooking, which would have been great if she didn't act like we didn't exist. When they cook, they always seem to run out of food right before it gets to my mom, my brother, and me. Like clockwork, every single time. But when my mom cooked, same size meals, same pot, but magically everyone was fed. Even second servings, even leftovers. So yes, it feels intentional. And yes, we've noticed, but we never made it an issue because my mom would always just make sure we had something on the side or order food if needed. Now here's where the drama starts. Yesterday, my mom came home from work and decided to cook for us. Just me, her, and my little brother. I was honestly excited. It's been a while since we had a meal that wasn't side scraps or air, but being the good woman she is, my mom still left extra food in the pot for the rest of the house. Now me, being petty and fed up, said, "Why are you still leaving food for people who wouldn't even leave crumbs for us when they cook?" Apparently, my cousin heard me, not my problem to be honest, and I guess she ran to the rest of the family and sprinkled in some fairy dust, because now I'm getting passive-aggressive phone calls from my aunt talking about how my heart isn't clean and God doesn't like bitterness, and how family means sacrifice. Ma'am, I've been eating cornflakes for dinner, while y'all serve oxtail to everyone except us. Let's not do that. So now everyone's mad. But honestly, I don't feel bad. I said what I said. If the bare minimum is too much to ask for, maybe I shouldn't be so quiet anymore. But still, am I the a-hole? Edit. Since I'm seeing a lot of people asking questions, I'll just explain more to clear up any misunderstandings. My mother and I are not homeless. My brother was starting school that's closer, and my family needed someone to look after my grandma and the kids until they got home. So my mom said she'd do it since she was available. Please note that my mother was already taking care of my grandma before my family moved her, after she started showing signs of dementia, so this is nothing new. They asked us to move in, and my mother agreed because transportation was expensive. The house that my family rented is owned by my mother's relative, so they decreased the rent at my mother's request. My mother started cooking and cleaning because the house was dirty. I'm talking plates in a sink, kids not eating, etc. She would cook so my grandma could get something daily, and she made enough so everyone could have something to eat, especially the kids. Mind you, they don't contribute to buying food or anything. My mother is paying for it all and didn't complain. As for why I was allowing my mother to cook when I'm 17, since my mother started working, she has been contributing to bills, etc. And that day she wanted to cook since it had been a while. I have a business, so I don't mind buying food for us. Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole. You asked your mom a valid question. Your cousin was a snoop, and people who eavesdrop are bound to hear something that burns their ears. Calling out crappy behavior isn't crappy. God doesn't like letting his children starve either. Love thy neighbor and all that. Love ain't one-sided. Thank you. Now I'm gonna start using this. I hate to say this, but it sounds like they were waiting for one of you to complain. Your cousin didn't ignore you in a vacuum. Your family may have taken you in, but the way they appointed your mom to cook for them makes me feel like they relish the idea of you paying them back. Be prepared for this to get worse, and try to see if there's anywhere you can move out to. Not the a-hole. What you asked was reasonable, and it's okay to point out hypocrisy, especially that blatantly. It's easy to preach family means sacrifice, but that doesn't mean only you, your mom, and little brother have to sacrifice. It goes for everyone or for no one. Otherwise, I would suggest to your mom about a moving out plan, because the extended family seems to be the toxic kind. It's not okay to let you and your brother grow up with that behavior, making it seem like you are a second class. They used your mom when it was convenient, and they don't care when there is nothing in it for them. And they certainly don't want to share what they have either, but are okay to take and take. I would advise getting out there, and then move on. For sure, we are on a program that helps persons like us, and I have a business. I'm just waiting until I start making enough to rent somewhere for us.